Overnight, we've seen a seismic shift in the semiconductor landscape. President Trump, along with AMD's Lisa Su and NVIDIA's Jensen Huang, who is the CEO, visited the Middle East and has struck deals that will reshape the chip stocks. The U.S. is rolling back the Biden-era AI chip export restrictions, opening the door for massive new sales to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE countries, now investing billions, aiming for over $1 trillion in AI data center infrastructure over the next decade. These Gulf states want access to the world's most advanced AI chips, and U.S. companies are ready to deliver. This isn't just about business, it's geopolitics. These AI chips are now a diplomatic weapon, and the U.S.-China tech rivalry is playing out on a global stage. Trump's team is leveraging American chip technology to secure strategic partnerships and counter China's influence, while Middle Eastern nations are racing to become AI powerhouses. Technically, we've just seen a breakout in the semiconductor index and almost all of the chip stocks. While they're still below the 200-day moving average, breaking the 50-day is a bullish sign. So what's the next play? I guess the real question is, should we go all in or wait for a pullback? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm sizing in and the approach that I'm taking moving forward. And these stocks are well below my one-year target. Before we get started, be sure and hit like and subscribe down below. Download the free options workshop. It talks about the main benefits of trading options over buying stocks. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research. And if you're new or learning, start small. Before we jump into the Middle East, the tariff rollback and U.S.-China semi-deal is a game changer. The U.S. and China have reached a landmark agreement to dramatically scale back tariffs, temporarily pausing the trade war that has weighed heavily on semiconductor stocks. Both countries have agreed to suspend 24 percentage points of recently imposed tariffs for 90 days, leaving a baseline tariff of 10% on each other's goods while removing additional punitive rates. The rollback comes after high-level negotiations in Geneva and is designed to open the door for future trade talks and economic cooperation over the coming months. For U.S. chip makers, this deal is a major breakthrough. Most American chips are exported to China or assembled in other countries before returning to the U.S., so the easing of tariffs directly benefits companies like AMD, AVGO, MRVL, NVDA, and Taiwan Semiconductor. The agreement has already triggered a rally in semiconductor stocks with notable gains across the sector as investors anticipate renewed demand and smoother global supply chains. Economically, it provides immediate relief for the U.S. tech companies and provides optimism for the global markets. Now let's talk about these Middle East mega investments. Man, there is trillions flowing into AI. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE are leading a surge in AI data center investments, collectively targeting over $1 trillion in the next decade. These Gulf nations are rapidly diversifying their economies and positioning themselves as global technology hubs, pouring billions into AI infrastructure, cloud capabilities, and partnerships with top U.S. tech firms. Access to advanced U.S. AI chips is central to this strategy, as these chips power the next generation of data centers and AI applications. With U.S. export restrictions easing, demand for chips from companies like AMD, AVGO, MRVL, NVIDIA, and Taiwan Semiconductor is accelerating. This influx of Middle Eastern capital is driving growth and new opportunities for U.S. semiconductor leaders as the Gulf states seek both economic transformation and geopolitical influence through cutting-edge AI technology. The semiconductor index has just experienced a breakout and gap up. Now, this reflects renewed momentum across major chip stocks. Currently, the index is trading well above the 50-day moving average, signaling strong short-term bullish momentum, but it remains just below the 200-day moving average, which acts as a key long-term resistance level. Technical indicators, including RSI and MACD, are flashing strong buy signals, suggesting that the rally has solid backing and the sector could see further gains in the near term. However, with prices still under the 200-day, longer-term investors may want to watch for a confirmed move above this level for a more sustained uptrend. Let's jump into some live trades on the option trading platform, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. All right, guys, this is the Tasty Trade option trading platform. There's a link down below. It's, I believe, the most intuitive trading platform, one of the best. There's some benefits if you go through my link, and I highly recommend it. All right, so let me show you right now on AMD, AVGO, and MRVL are the three that I have on right now. And you can see just today, we've got an update. AMD is up 5% today, but we've made $600 just today. I actually closed out a position here. I had 2 leaps and two calls that short term that I sold against it. So I've got just one on right now. So because of the big move up, I've went ahead and trimmed and took some profits. AVGO, I've got actually an iron condor on, so I need to put a new leaps on in AVGO. And then MRVL, I've got a put spread, so I want to put on a leaps as well. And then NVDA, and you can see all these are up. We're up 191 in the put spread, and on AVGO, actually it's pretty flat. I've got the iron condor going. But with NVIDIA, I did sell a leaps, and I've got one remaining with one call against it, but I had another leaps option and the short call at 130. I went ahead and closed that out. So I'm trimming my position. I took off half of NVIDIA, and you can see that I trimmed AMD as well. So I'm going to show you on a new account just so you can see how to put on a couple of these poor man's covered calls. All right, guys. So here's the chart for AMD. Right here, you just click on this button right here, and it shows you the chart. I've got it set up where I've got the Bollinger Bands in white, and then I've got the 50-day moving average in green, and the red is the 200-day. And you can see we're up above the 200-day, and the 50-day is getting ready to climb, and I have a feeling it's going to break that pretty soon. But let's go to the trade tab here, and we're in the table mode, and then we're going to go out to, let's go to the March 2026 chain. Open that up. Calls are on the left, puts are on the right. I'm going to click on the 110 strike, and we're going to go on the buy. And you can see 25.85. Mid price is 25.75. So if we go to curve mode and then analysis, you can see right here that just like owning 100 shares of stock, as the stock price goes up, we make money. And if it gets up to this, what is this? We make P&L theoretical $3,000. Actually, let's go to 2,500. 2,500. Right around this 150 range, we double our money. It's gonna cost us $25.70. One option contract controls 100 shares of stock, so that's $2,570. If this goes up from 118 to 150 before this 310 days to expiration, we double our money. So that's what I love about leaps, and there's a good chance that it definitely will. Actually, I'm pretty certain it will, although do your own research, guys. All right, so this is how leaps work. Now, if you were to buy 100 shares outright of AMD, it's $118 times 100 shares is $11,800. So it's less than, it's like 20%. It's a fifth of the cost. That's what I love about leaps options. Now let's go back to the table mode. Here's the other thing that I love about leaps options. You close this. We'll open up the June, which is 37 days to expiration, and then we will sell a short-term call against it. And we can go out here to the 130 strike, which is the 29 delta. That gives us a 71% chance, you take 1 minus the 29 delta, of staying below that 130 price in the next 37 days. So on the short term, we're looking for it to stay below that 130. However, even though in the long term, we want this to move up. So we're going to click on the sell, the bid here on the 130, and it's $3.15. So that is $315 that we collect right when we place this trade. So We have 2570 here. Watch that go down when I click on this. 2570 minus 315 is 20. The market's open, so it's moving, but 2258. So for just a little over $2,000, and we can collect 300 a month. We can do that every month, roughly, for the next, year. And basically, just collecting 300 a month times, it's less than 6 months. We'll cover the cost of the Leaps option, and that basically pays for itself. And then the way I look at it is I control 100 shares of stock for pretty much for free at that time. So I love the poor man's covered call. All right, guys, I'll show you how to place one more of these poor man covered calls on NVIDIA this time, but you can do the same on all of these chip stocks. So we'll go out again to the March 310 days to expiration and open that up. And we'll open up that option chain, and then we'll click on I'm going to go the 130, and again, the buy on the call side, and it's $26.35, $2,635 it would cost. Mid price, $26.25. Now let's close that up, and then we go to the June expiration, 37 days, the short term. We're going to sell the short term call against it, and you can go all the way out to the 145 here, which is the 33 delta. So you've still got a 67% chance, and you can collect over $400. So when we click on this bid, the sell, you're going to see that $26.25 price go down by $4.30, and now it's $21.90. So $2,190, and then we can collect basically $400 a month. So that pays off this whole poor man's covered call in less than 6 months once again. And we hit review and send and place the trade. So do we want to go all in right now? It's tempting. However, if you're a 3-lot trader, I recommend 1 or 2 lots right now. Then we've got some flexibility in the market. If there's a pullback, you can add another lot. And if it screams higher, hey, you didn't miss out. So that's the way I'm trading it, and I'm utilizing poor man's covered calls so I can profit on the move on the upside, as well as if there's a pullback, I've got my short calls that we're going to make money on the downside as well. All right, guys, let me know in the comments below if you're utilizing the poor man's covered call and if you're trading the chip stocks and which ones. As always, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, download the free options workshop. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.